In this video, you'll learn how to find the journal impact factor and Shimago journal rank quartiles for specific journals. Firstly, journal metrics are measures used to evaluate the quality of a journal. Journal metrics can identify the impact factor, quartile, and ranking of a journal within subject areas. You can use journal metrics to compare and rank journals to make decisions about the best journal in which to publish your research articles. There are a variety of tools that you can source a journal metric from. The main two that we recommend and use at the University of Newcastle are the Journal Citation Reports database and the Shimago Journal Rank website. It's important to note that you will notice that some journals and publishers list a SJR or an impact factor on their website, but it is important to check the source of truth, and that is the Shimago Journal Ranking website and or the Journal Citation Reports database. And you will need to check both of these tools if you are intending to use the university's APC fund. The journal impact factor, or commonly referred to as JIF, JIF, can be found via accessing the Journal Citation Reports database. The journal impact factor is a term produced by Clarivate, and JIF metrics and ranks are included in the website subscription, specifically via accessing the Journal Citation Reports. Journals listed in the Journal Citation Reports are also indexed within the Web of Science database. You will see the impact factor listed in Web of Science. However, if you are looking for the rank or the quartile, this can be found by accessing the Journal Citation Reports directly. The Journal Citation Reports covers over 20,000 journals, and this list is updated annually. The journal impact factor is a measure of the number of times an average paper in a journal is cited during a year. The impact factor is calculated by dividing the number of citations in a JCR year by the total number of articles published in the 2 previous years. For example, an impact factor of 2.5 means that on average, articles published up to 2 years ago have been cited 2.5 times. To access the Journal Citation Reports database, from the library homepage, we scroll to databases A to Z, select J, and scroll down to Journal Citation Reports. You can see here we can search via the journal, we can look at categories and publishers, or if we know the specific title, we can type it in to the search bar below. We will search for the European Respiratory Journal, and you can see as I type, it's starting to try and find journals. It's trying to autofill and find journals that match this area. So click the European Respiratory Journal. At the top here, you will see details of the journal, including publishers, ISSNs, or abbreviations. Under Journals Performance, we can see the impact factor, including a definition and some information. And for the year of 2022, the impact factor for this journal was 24.3. This means that on average, articles published in this journal up to 2 years ago have been cited at least 24 times. Scrolling down, we'll see a variety of other metrics about the journal. But under Open Access, we will find Rank by Journal Impact Factor. Again, you have a little bit of information around what this entails. What we can see here is that in the year of 2022, this journal, the European Respiratory Journal, was ranked number 3 out of 65 and is a quartile 1 journal within the Journal Citation Reports. and is sitting in this category here of respiratory systems. There is a variety of other metrics you can source from this page. One of the other areas is the journal impact factor over 5 years, which is usually right at the bottom. Okay, so we can see 5-year impact factor. We can see a little graph here on how this has changed over the years. Returning to the top of the screen, if you were using the journal citation reports to get an idea of journals in a subject area, you can, from the home page, select categories at the top, choose your subject area. From the drop down, you'll be able to see the sub areas within here. Okay, this one. Okay. And we can see here that in this group there are 58 journals and this one has 27. You can look at both of these. They display similar. So from here, this tells us all of the 58 journals listed within agriculture multidisciplinary. And I can see here the journal impact factor quartile quite easily in this column. And total citations. It is a good place to have a look if you are unsure about which journal to publish your work within. Next, the SJR journal rank. The SJR journal rank, often referred to as SJR. SJR is a publicly available website that includes the journals and country-specific indicators developed from information contained in the Scopus database, which is owned by Elsevier. You will see the SJR metrics listed in Scopus, but similarly same as JCR, you will see the metric listed in Scopus, but if you're looking for the quartile and rank, this can be found via accessing the SJR website. SJR is a measure of scientific influence of journals that accounts for both the number of citations received by a journal and the importance or prestige of the journals where such citations come from. In SJR, you will notice that the higher the indicator, the greater the prestige of the journal. To access the SJR website, you will see the web address in the top of the screen here, which is escamagojr.com. Alternatively, a Google search for SJR often brings this site to the top of the list. So in the search bar, again, you will see that we can search via the title, the ISSN, or the publisher. We will use the same journal in respiratory journal and search. And we click the title from the results list. Okay, in the top area, again, we will see details around the journal, the subject and categories that it's indexed within, the scope of the journal, and under that, we're looking at the journal quartiles for this journal. If I hover over the green, you will see that this is a Q1 in both subject areas of medicine miscellaneous and the pulmonary and respiratory medicine categories. If I click on the grid view, it just displays it in a table format, but the top part here tells us the code for the colors. So Q1s are green, Q2s are yellow, Q3s are orange, and Q4 is red. And similarly to the chart, we can see here how the quartiles have changed over the years for each category. Scrolling down, you can see other metrics about the journal, including the SJR rank, how it has changed over the years, total documents, and international collaborations. Once again, scrolling to the top of the page, if I select journal rankings, you can see here I can again filter by subject categories. So I select business and management. And then I want to know journals that are in the industrial relations area. You can see here that this will load a list breaking down into those categories, and I can easily see here the SJR indicator, but also the quartile, so in order as it flows through. So you can see it moves from Q1 into Q2, and then on Q3 and Q4. Again, this is a good spot to have a look at if you are not sure of which journal in which to publish your work. If you'd like more information about journal metrics, you can visit our Research Impact Guide, which can be found by the web address on the screen. If you would like to talk with a librarian or make an appointment, you can visit the help and information link on the page to make a booking or contact details.